Yes, indeed. You are live right here on KEXP, where the music matters. I'm Larry Mizell Jr., and I'm here in the live room with them Tacoma boys, the one and only Enumclaw. What's up, fellas?
What is good?
Yo, it's good to see y'all. Good to have y'all back on the occasion of your new record. I know you got some music for us.
Yes, we do.
Let's get into it.
All right, let's do it. This song's called Not Just Yet.
Shout out Pierce County.
All right, this next song is called Haven't Seen the Family in a While. I'm sorry. All right, this song is called This Light of Mine.
Spanaway, Lakewood, Tacoma, Tomato Island, this one's for you.
Ah!
Hell yeah.
All right, here we go.
Well, it feels good being back on my own. It's what I try and tell myself time and time again, leaning on my friends, but this time I want change. Would you want me to change? September, the sun reminds me when we were fine. When we were fine. Jay! Jay! Would you want me to? Jay! Jay! Would you want me to? Touch me, I want you to hurt me, I want you to turn me on. Could you really need me? Could you really see me? Could this feel wrong? Would you want me to change? Change. Would you want me to? Would you want me to? Thanks. A lot.
Did you guys know there's people in there?
It's true.
I didn't even know that was
They're
part
hard
of
to
the
see.
whole deal.
Shout out to the people in the viewing gallery.
Shout out to
Enumclaw.
the people, bro.
Enumclaw live on KEXP. Thanks for being here, y'all.
Thanks for having us.
Change. I know you were saying you think about change a lot. I've been thinking about it in regards to y'all. And when I hear that song, when I heard the title of the new album, it made me wonder what has changed for y'all. You've been around the world, you know, you're a lot more seasoned.
I mean, yeah, I think it's safe to say all of our lives have changed.
Yeah.
In ways that I didn't even know is like possible. I
Sure.
think that's like been the like toughest thing to like grapple with is like I didn't know this side of the coin existed.
Right.
So
What does that side of the coin represent?
I mean, just like I don't know, just living like a artistic lifestyle, get into like I don't know. I was thinking about this recently, but it's like I know somebody like in a real way that's like Canadian, and that seems like simple, but like
Shout out to my
the
Canadians.
average like American probably doesn't know like a Canadian and doesn't know what like craft dinner is and doesn't know like about like you know like what it's really like to like grow up in Canada or
Right.
you know and stuff like that or like. And it's just like I don't know. It's like I know people that also aren't Canadian, that also aren't like American, but like
Right.
that's just like an example I had. But yeah, that you could see the world. And,
Yeah.
yeah, and it just will keep going. It'll keep growing.
It's true, and it's funny. The more you go around, this kind of the smaller the world gets in a lot of ways too.
Yeah, exactly.
They're connected in different ways. It's pretty wild. Shout out to my Canadians, by the way. Anybody who doesn't know Canadian, you're doing yourself a disservice.
Dude, they're awesome, bro. They're
Awesome
so
people.
nice.
Did you know Nickelback's Canadian?
Bro, the best
Are you for
Canadian
real?
band.
Oh yeah,
I had no
They're
idea.
from like small town Canada.
Hannah,
Shout out.
Alberta.
Shout out to Nickelback.
Shout out.
We say that a lot on KEXP.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, you guys have been touring and everything. How do you keep from, jumping on each other's necks and everything in the van? What are you playing
Sometimes
in the van?
we don't.
Hey, sometimes you got to, right?
Yeah. Sometimes you try to take the train back to America, bro.
Right. Absolutely.
True story.
True story. True story.
Has that happened?
Yeah, I was like, I'm taking the train back, bro. Like
From where?
From the middle
Back-
of nowhere, Quebec.
Okay.
We weren't even in Montreal anymore.
But we pulled through because we're really homies. Yeah, we're a
love
homie
that.
band.
It was also snowing, so I had to get back in the van.
Right, exactly. You got to get in the van eventually. That's what Rollins said. It's been a couple years since Save the Baby. Got a new album, Home in Another Life, a title that speaks to that change too. How is it when you come home? I mean, you guys are in Tacoma, I assume the Tacoma area at least. How things must be changing all the time.
I mean, yeah, dude, it's like, I was talking to somebody about this the other day, but like, I don't know, bro, if you're like, Washingtonian and aren't from Seattle, I would assume that like it's safe to say that for a long time everybody was like an insider. There was no outsiders. Mm-hmm. And so then when there started to be outsiders, it was like, who are you and like why are you here?
Right.
And I think that's just become more predominant as I've gotten older. It's just like now those people who were outsiders are insiders and have say on like how the city looks and feels.
Sure.
And I think it's just like, I don't know, it's like getting like a stepdad or something. It's like, dang, this fool's
what are you
like
doing in my house
now.
Yeah,
And like,
right.
now he likes the soap to be on this side of the sink. And,
Right. The real cool part is when you become the outsider in your own home. You know what I mean? It's inevitable. Just in terms of your craft and how you make songs, I can hear how you guys have gelled more since the last time I've seen you. How do you interpret that change within?
I think we're just learning how to be a band, you know?
Yeah.
It's like everybody but Nathan, or for everybody but Nathan, this is our first band. And for better or for worse, we've just had to like go through everything, I wouldn't say in the spotlight, but like most bands get to be a band for like 2, 3, 4 years, like before anything happens.
Sure.
And so they're a little bit more revved up and ready to go, but I think like our change and growth is happening in real time.
Right.
It's like, I don't know, learning how to play with 4 people is like learning another instrument, you know? It's not just like I play bass or guitar or whatever. Like,
Right.
You got to learn what everyone else is doing and how you fit together. And we'd like barely been playing when we did like those first 2 KEXPs, so I think we're a lot tighter now.
I definitely hear that for sure.
And we're like forever grateful that like people, you know, latched onto us with our like first thing, but it's like that was our rough draft, you know, and it's like we're so much different than we were like when we started. So it's like all, you know, there's going to be so much growth.
We're solving it differently.
Yeah. It can be hard when you see groups, acts blow up kind of off the rip. It's kind of challenging to keep that thing going and not fall apart. We've all seen it happen before when it happens like that. So you guys are already beating the trend. You're a couple years out, seasoned, tighter, together, doing your thing.
Yeah, I mean, if anything, I feel really lucky that nothing like crazy big has happened to us yet.
Yeah.
You know, it's like we're not boxed into a sound or anything. You know, we still have room to grow. Like, because it's like, I think the biggest thing I've learned recently is like how important it is to think and talk about it. Like, I don't know, all of a sudden I'm like 6 years out of college and I'm realizing that like so much of the stuff that I thought was so stupid back then is so important. Because, you know, like the more you like talk about things and understand like what's going on, the like better you can like reapproach it.
For sure.
That's where we're at right now.
How does that apply to like, you know, influences and older bands? Because of course you guys are likened to 90s stuff a lot. Like I really hear a vintage sound with y'all. How do you guys soak that up and how do you encounter it? And has it made you reappraise certain things?
Something I saw that band Bar Italia say in an interview recently that really stuck with me, and they were like, to pick up a guitar is to engage in the past.
Facts.
And I was just like, yeah, that's so true. And so I think like, I don't know, I think if you're like our age, like guitar music is just 90s music. Like, I don't know, I'm like black, like nobody in my house was playing classic rock. And so like going over to my friend's house and playing like Guitar Hero and like Rock Band and stuff like that, like you were playing like Tonight and,
right,
you know. And so I just kind of thought that was what like guitar music was. And I don't know, it just seems like it still feels so like it's the most modern it can be, and so it's hard to like not draw like constant influence from that, if that makes sense.
Yeah, for sure. I want to talk about Not Just Yet. I know that the subject matter of that is really personal. I wonder if you would talk about your Uncle Mike and kind of how that inspired.
Yeah, shout out to Uncle Mike. My Uncle Mike. It's like my Uncle Mike and my Auntie Dell, and they were just kind of like. My mom is like the youngest of 8 by kind of a lot, and so they just kind of pseudo played like the role of my grandparents growing up, and so like we would go camping every summer, either at like the ocean or in Wenatchee, and just I don't know, just kind of taught me like the ways of being in the world and how to be a polite young man.
Yeah.
And a couple of years ago, he started to have memory loss, as people do when they age, and it's just progressively gotten worse. And I didn't even when I wrote Not Just Yet, we wrote it like in 5 minutes at the end of band practice, and I just like it just all kind of came out, and I didn't really like think it was bothering me to the degree that it was, but it is just scary to see like somebody who's kind of just been this immovable force in your life forever start to change, and to deteriorate.
Yeah, it kind of unmoors your whole sense of the universe, right? It
just makes you think like, wow, I'm getting older, and so is like everybody else in my life.
Right, right, and that'll rock your whole thing. Just the realization that you're not, no one's static.
Right.
You're not forever 20-something. I mean, I think you guys are all 20-something. But you know that will change, hopefully.
Right, it will.
Yeah. And there's all sorts of things you learn going through that and seeing others go through that as well, obviously. I just was really moved by hearing you talk about it in other interviews and seeing that as part of that song. I'm curious, what's next? What are you guys cooking up? It sounds like you guys are able to write songs off the rip off at the end of band practice and things like that. You guys already working on the next one?
Yeah, it's like all I've been thinking about in the van this tour, actually. Like, so.
Right on.
Feel pretty excited. I think writing songs is awesome. It's like the best part of all this. So, just trying to write as many songs as possible and get back to work. That's like the fun part.
Right on. What's your favorite place to go besides Canada?
They do call me the mayor of Toronto.
That's a good city to be the mayor in, my man.
But everything that's kind of on like Michigan, like Milwaukee, Minneapolis, and Chicago. Chicago, I feel like honestly like is giving Seattle a run for their money in terms of like best crowds at an Enumclaw show.
Okay, Seattle, you heard it.
We might be Chicago famous.
You have a chance tonight to prove them.
Oh yeah, we're gonna be doing an album release thing at Easy Street Records tonight at 7:00. If you happen to be cruising around the greater Seattle area and looking for something to do on a rainy Friday night,
pull up, check them out. And you mentioned Tacoma. We've talked about it. It's where you guys are from. I love Tacoma and Tacomans. You guys are like a quintessential Tacoma band. There's just something about the attitude and the ethic of a Tacoma person. I don't know. I can't quite pin it down. I'm originally from LA. Like when I was a kid, I'm not one of those people who's like, I'm from LA, but maybe I am. I don't know. But I've lived in Seattle most of my life. I went to Franklin.
Oh, okay.
So I finished out middle school, what we used to call junior high, up here. And when I first went to Tacoma, I was like, oh, this is like a little bit of back home plus the Northwest.
Right.
There was just something about it. It was
like you're saying, like LA mixed with the Northwest?
It reminded me of that, just a little bit more of like the way people hold themselves, like, be cool. Because you don't know what might happen.
Compton for a reason.
Yeah, exactly, right. Like you have to move with a certain kind of respect, but also there's a certain kind of wildness and attitude that people have, and I've always appreciated that. Shout out to all my Tacoma people. When you are home, what are you seeing? What do you want to see?
I just want to see the way it looks.
Yeah.
That's like...
I want to see the fish house.
Shout out to the fish house.
Yeah,
I
just kind of like, I just want to see my friends in like the way it looks. I just hope that part never changes.
Right on.
Hit the lake, you know what I mean? American. Get right, dude.
You know what I'm saying? Hit MSM, Southern Kitchen.
Hit the Spanaway Burger King.
Shout out 1111.
Yeah, where I work.
Yeah, where
Catch
you work.
me at the shift after this.
Whopper, double Whopper.
I love it. I'll see you there. I'm not getting the fries, though.
No, you're not.
Thank you, Enumclaw. Appreciate y'all. Keep climbing. The new album, Home in Another Life, is it dropping? Like, right?
On Friday.
On Friday.
Oh,
okay.
Before we cut, bro,
Yeah,
I
yeah.
have to use this time to get this off real quick.
Yeah.
Shout out my website, forwhenthecowscomehome.net.
Okay.
Forwhenthecowscomehome.net.
Works on all browsers, even Microsoft Edge.
It looks really cool. Shout out to the homie Perry. He helped design it. Or he designed it. But yeah, check it out. If you rock with it, join the squad. There's a Join the Squad tab on the website. But yeah, we're Enumclaw. We're from Tacoma, Washington. Thanks for having us.
Okay. KEXP live. Thank you,
We about it.
everybody, for supporting KEXP, empowering KEXP, so that we can have sessions like this, so we can have the kind of programming that we do. Make sure you like and subscribe to YouTube. You can see this when this drops. You can see how wild these cats get. We love it. It's KEXP, where the music matters. Thanks to you. KEXP, KEXP.org.